Tony, what made you get into drop shipping, man? And like, how long ago did you get into it?
So I know I don't most programs have like a video explaining like my life
If you're
story.
comfortable sharing, you don't have to.
No, I'm making a video currently actually for anyone else that wants to join the program, showing like what my story was like, why I got into it and all this kind of stuff. But I'll share it with you guys right now. Basically, um, I was in university, so I got a scholarship for lacrosse. I played lacrosse in North Carolina for my first year, and I absolutely hated it. It wasn't a Div 1 school, it was a Div 2 school. I the reason why I went to this school is because I was kind of a degen in high school. I didn't really like pay attention to my grades that much. I was always late on stuff. So I signed up to this school literally like 2 days before. I had multiple offers from like D1 schools as well, but they wanted better grades and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, hell no, I'm just partying in high school, right? So I signed up to the school I think it was a week before. And then I show up to North Carolina, and it was the worst school I've ever been to. Like, it was so bad, like no city around. So I was getting like depressed in this small university in college, or in the mountains or something in North Carolina. And then I was like, man, you know what will solve my problem? If I had a little bit of money, at least to like go out, maybe take a bus somewhere or something. I literally had no money, but my allowance or whatever that I got for food, like that's the one thing that you can get as an athlete is you get insane amount of food, but nothing else. You can't buy shoes, nothing. And then I'd see all these more wealthy kids come and they're like, all get these new shoes. Like back in the day, the Adidas NMDs were big, and I was like, man, I want those so bad. And then I was like, man, I can't get a job. I don't have a visa for the United States, right? I'm from Canada. And then yeah, I was like, okay, the next thing I can do is look up on the internet, like, how can I make money? I didn't even look up how to make money online. I just looked up how can I make money. And then all of a sudden, like one of the searches underneath the suggestions was like how to make money online. So I clicked that. And then the first thing that I found, I think it was Amazon FBA, I believe. Yeah, that was the first thing I found. And then I figured out that you need like a few $1,000s to get started on that, no matter what, because you have to order an inventory just to test a product. Dropshipping, you don't have to do that, right? So then I scrolled down a little bit further, affiliate marketing, which is similar to dropshipping, where you're using ads to promote a product, but you're promoting someone else's product. And I found it really hard to find a product that I could promote. Like I tried like selling this like dog food subscription. And I was like, man, how the hell am I supposed to promote this? I don't even have a dog. So I lost a bunch of money with that. Like, and I'm using credit card at this point. Like I have no money. And then so I quit that. I quit for a while, and I was just like, man, I don't know if this is gonna work. And then I was on YouTube one of these days, like a couple of weeks later, and then I got this ad of this guy, and it was straight up like he wasn't trying to sell anything at the beginning. So I kind of like watched it subconsciously, and he was like explaining how dropshipping works. I've seen dropshipping before, but I always thought it was a scam because everyone's like, this is how much I made in 1 month and all this kind of stuff. You guys know. But this time I accidentally watched it, and it was explaining how it worked. I was like, no way, you can literally sell any product at any time, and you don't need any inventory, and you can literally start for like $30. You can test a product for like 30 to $50, like really conservatively. And I was like, holy crap, this is crazy. I can literally create any brand I want now. Insane. So I mean, I didn't start then because I had no money. So I didn't lose my mind. I dropped out of that school. I went back to university in my hometown in Canada because my parents would make me. But little did they know that I wasn't doing any of my school. I was literally sitting in the university, like not even in class, and I was working and trying to teach myself online, YouTube and all this kind of stuff, and trying different things. I would literally build websites on Shopify, like brand them and make clothing brands and all this stuff, and I wouldn't launch them because I had no money to launch them. But I was practicing, I was practicing and I was practicing, and I was like looking at other brands and how they work and all this kind of stuff. And then I ended up launching a couple products on my credit card, and then they both got like a couple sales, I believe, but nothing crazy. And I didn't know how to run Facebook ads or any of that stuff, so I didn't even know if it was a winner or not. And then after that point, I got into doing the promotions on Instagram. So I'd like start a store, but then I'd promote it on a store. The first product that I sold was like these socks. It was print on demand. It was basically, I designed it on Canva, and it was Trump smoking a Juul. So it was a trend stack. So Trump was trending at the time and Juuls were trending at the time. So I thought it'd be really funny. I promoted it on like a drinking page, like a high school drinking page or something, for $60, and it made back like $300. And I was like, no fucking way this actually just worked. I like ran upstairs. I woke up my dad. I was like, Dad, it's working. It was crazy. And then yeah, I started doing that for a bunch of other products, just like I said earlier, the headphones. And then eventually I was like, okay, but this isn't sustainable. I couldn't make more than like $100 a day profit, and it's always like up and down. There's not that many pages you could promote to, all this kind of stuff. And then I took a little bit of a break again because I was like, man, I literally don't know if I can make this work. Like, this is tough, especially I didn't have any money for a course. I was literally just teaching myself blindly. And then eventually I was like, fuck it, I'm going to move down to the city, because I was in a small town. I was so unmotivated. Everyone goes to like work trades and that kind of stuff, and work up north and go logging and that kind of stuff. I was like, this is not what I want to do. I want to like at least give it a shot. I told myself I'd literally rather go homeless than not succeed. So I jumped in the car. I didn't even tell my parents. I moved down to Vancouver, which is the city that I live in right now, with just a credit card. I had like $2,000 left room on my credit card. And then I actually moved in with this girl, which is my ex-girlfriend that you saw in that ad. And then I was living with her for free for a while. I got into like Forex a little bit. I was like trying to trade Forex just for a little bit of money. I was losing so much weight at this point. I think at one point I lost 40 pounds. I was super skinny. And then turns out the Forex was like a scam. I couldn't get my money back. And then eventually they gave my money back. I had like a full Bitcoin, because you need a Bitcoin at that point. It was like $700 or something. And then I sold it to buy my ex-girlfriend an Apple Watch because I owed her for rent. Funny story. That could have been like $100,000 at one point. And then yeah, and then eventually I was like so fed up. I was down bad. Like, I was eating like $3 30 packs of hot dogs for dinner and stuff.
What
And
age were you, by the way, at this time?
I was 20. Yeah, I was 20.
You're 20? Okay.
So you were like
Yeah.
a
I wanna see your
sophomore or
timeline.
a junior in college?
Yeah. And then yeah, and then I was like, man, I'm gonna go see if I can borrow some money from my dad or something to get some like collared shirts and some nice clothes so I can go apply for some jobs, because like, man, I can't do this. And then I saw another ad, and it kind of motivated me a little bit more. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna launch 3 more stores. I have these 3 products I found, and they're in my pipeline. I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna launch them. If they don't work, then I'm quitting and I'm going to go get a job. So I launched these 3 stores. One of them was the mosquito, like an automatic mosquito trap thing. You guys might have seen. It basically sucks in mosquitoes or something like that.
I almost tested something like that the other day. Close.
Yeah. So that one, it got a couple sales and flopped. The second one, I don't remember what it was. I think it might have been something else. I forget. And then the last one was the BioStraw. But the BioStraw, it didn't launch for like 3 or 4 days because it was like dealing with political issues or something. It need more time to get approved because of I put like like the turtle with the straw in his nose in the beginning of the video and stuff like that. Super controversial. And then eventually I was like, man, okay, it's not even gonna launch. I started like, I went out to like a party or something. I was like drinking my face off because I was like, man, I'm quitting. And then all of a sudden the next day I wake up really hungover and my phone starts chinging, and I'm like, no way, this is a dream or something. And it just keeps on going. And then I remember watching this YouTube video where you just duplicate at the beginning. So I just duplicated the winning ad sets on Facebook, cut the losers, and then it kept on growing and growing and growing. And then eventually it was making me money. And then all of a sudden I got like a $400 order, and I was like, no way, I made more than I ever made in like a week in literally a second. And I was like, no way, this is actually happening. And yeah, and then eventually I invested some of the profits into courses, and then from there it took off, and that was my first store. Changed my life forever.
How did you find these first products? Because you didn't really know how to look for products, did you?
A little bit, yeah. Like I found some ways on YouTube, like really basic stuff, but the main stuff was like ways that I created myself, or like kind of like creative ways where I would like create really good dropshipping stores. Where I found the straw actually was on this site called bluecrate.com. They were spending like $1 million a day on ads at one point, like really good, but they didn't sell it. They didn't sell this product as like the, because plastic straws are being banned and stuff like that, or like the actual like green angle. They were just selling it because it was a cool straw. So I was like, there's an angle that they're missing out on, and plus this trend is popping up. So I hopped on that product, and it was the first winner.
That's a
Congrats.
wild story, Tony. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, I've been putting this off for a long time. I need to post a video because I need, for anyone that's new to the program, I want them to really know what we're doing with the program. Plus I want them to know about me. But I'm trying to figure out a way that I can put that into a shorter, more simplified version. But yeah, it's I mean, that's how it worked. It's if
I
I
feel like
didn't
it
do
doesn't
that,
matter if it's simplified. I feel like the story's like motivating and like captivating enough for you to spend maybe 5 minutes speaking about it.
I agree.
Tony,
I'll-
you could definitely get it under like 60 seconds on TikTok. You just gotta make
Yeah.
quick cuts and stuff like that.
yeah, I'm working on it. I'll keep you guys updated when it's finished. I'll get you guys' feedback. But yeah, if you force yourself into cold water, you're gonna get used to it. If you jump into cold water, it's gonna be awful at the beginning, you guys know, but
Mhm.
you guys get used to it. You don't even feel it after a while.
Wait, so your parents didn't know that you went and moved in with your ex-girlfriend at the time? Like,
Yeah,
what did you tell them?
I didn't talk to them for a month. Yeah, I felt
How does
really
that
bad
work?
after. They were so mad, like super mad, and eventually, like, even when I started my first product, I was already making some money. Then I told them I want to drop out of school. Even then, till this day, now they're a little bit more lenient, but like still they're like, you still need to go to school and all that kind of stuff. So you guys will know the type of parents. My dad's from Poland, scary Polish guy. My mom's from the Philippines, and they're both like immigrants, you know, like you have to be a doctor, this kind of stuff. And but I'm glad it all happened. I'm glad they're all strict on me because it all played a part on all of this.
I think if you
But,
tell the
uh,
whole story like all the way, I think that would be good. To be honest, like the more detail, because it's like more stuff people can relate to, you know.
I feel like
Yeah,
on
yeah,
TikTok
yeah.
you could almost like make a captivating 30-second video and then like make a funnel to bring them to your website and tell them your whole story kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole thing, like my way of bringing people into this program, I'm trying not to do it really directly. Like you'd see like other people where they're like, if you want help, DM me right now, or at the end of every video.
Buy
and they're
my
like,
course. Yeah.
yeah, buy my course and that stuff. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do it like indirectly, because like, I don't know, I just think that's super scammy. And also I think that it really shows, like, one, some people are going to fall for it, right? But there's a lot of people that are really high quality that and they'll understand that maybe this is not real because of that, right? I want to make it real where I'm actually honest with you guys and show you guys my actual story so you guys can relate. And I mean, also, you guys know that I'm building this program because I'm building a company out of it. I'm not building a program for a quick cash grab, right? A lot of people, or I think maybe not even a lot of people, I think every single course out there is for a cash grab, right? I don't think anyone's ever done this where they're building a company off of the community that they built. So I want to keep it that way and make sure that we're incentivized to make you guys grow, and you guys grow because of us and all that kind of stuff. Everything is all together and everyone works together.
It's also free advertising if your students do good.
Well, yeah, exactly. There's no billion-dollar company that doesn't have a good product.
Of course.
Mhm.
I read this, so I'll tell you guys a little story of this guy that I met in LA. And he basically, so this guy, he owns like a few $100 million business. It was some kind of a brick and mortar store. I forget what it was, but he basically told me, as soon as you understand the value of each employee or seller on your platform, all you need to do is, let's say you have each person or each seller or each employee is worth $1 million to you over a span of a few years or something, or in valuation, right? Not profit. It's just like in valuation. Then you need just 1,000 sellers or 1,000 employees to have $1 billion company. And it blew my mind. And that's how Amazon works or Shopify works. And then also another thing that he told me is the easiest way to build $1 billion company is to change 1 billion lives. And I mean, I'm going to change a lot of people's lives. It's my hope through the program, but also each person in the program with their company are going to change like the products that they sell, the knowledge that you guys have and pass on to whoever you guys do in the future. That is all exponential, and you guys are, it's going to be billions of people are going to be affected by this no matter what. I can't even imagine how many people I've affected through my products that I don't even know about. Like just on that Galaxy projector alone, I've sold like thousands upon thousands of units.
There's someone sitting in the room right now watching a movie on it, probably.
Yeah.
Or the Aura lamp. There's someone probably right now chilling.
Yeah, exactly.
Reading a book
exactly.
under it, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. But right now we're so lucky that we're in a time that everything is so accessible to us, and like it's so early, right? This like people are going to be talking about this time like we were talking about, like we talk about Bitcoin in the early stages right now. We're like, man, I should have bought it at like 10 cents. I've been a billionaire. This is literally what we're talking about right now. Like 10 years from now, people are going to be talking about e-commerce in that way.
Tony,
Just posted on TikTok.
I have a question.
Exactly.
So going back to product testing, when you're finding a winner, before you go